guys, welcome back to the channel. Chris here, CG Aviator, back in the cockpit of the mighty Spitfire, and in this video we're going to take it for some aerobatics at this small airfield Caernarfon in the northwest of Wales, just south of RAF Valley. You'll notice the microphone quality is slightly lower because I'm using my headset microphone just to be a little bit more representative of a cockpit microphone setup, so that's why I'm doing that. And you'll also notice that my cockpit canopy is back because I'm told that's how the guys and gals used to do it, because on takeoff, if you have any problems, you need to bail out. It's one less thing to do, so after takeoff we'll slide that forwards. You'll also notice I can't see jack out the front, so I'm relying on my peripheral vision as I slowly advance the throttle up towards 8 boost. Gently let the tail lift, about 100 knots. Get it airborne, gears up, no flaps used for takeoff, and then we'll lock this door, and that allows the canopy to slide forwards. All that's done by 160 knots, and now we're up and away, repositioning to crowd left 45 for our first manoeuvre, which will be the max rate turn. I'll set the RPM to 2850 at 12 boost. That gives us an hour's worth of engine performance at this setting, and we're only going to be about 5 minutes anyway. So as we're cruising inbound, you can see those two turbines, wind turbines, in the middle of the airfield. They are actually there, which is a really interesting feature, and we'll do this max rate turn around them. So here we are towards crowd centre, into the max rate turn. Now I want to keep around about 250, 260 knots at least for the next manoeuvre, which is the reverse Cuban 8. And I have used a playback feature, which unfortunately means that my headings are off, but what I'm using when I can't see the runway is the compass, so I know it's still to my 6 o'clock. I'll put my feet on the horizon, check the wingtips, looking for 1,500 feet on the altimeter, roll inverted, and a prompt pull to get the nose swinging back towards the runway, looking back, lining up, and adjusting my pull to achieve around about 100 feet down the crowd line. Next manoeuvre is the loop. Up we go, moderate rate of pull, wingtip to wingtip. Looking over the top for the line feature, I'm looking for about 2,000 feet over the top, which I have. Adjusting the pull so I don't pinch the loop too much, but I must assure I have enough height beneath me. Next we're going to go into a wing over, and then back around for a barrel roll, one of my favourite manoeuvres. You hear that airframe groaning. Of course, this is a shiny new Spitfire, it's not a vintage aircraft by any means, so I can abuse it a little bit more than I would a real one. Here we go for the barrel roll. Really important to complete half of that roll by the time the nose comes back through the horizon, and I'll stay a little bit higher for these buildings just on the overshoot. Again, wingtip to wingtip as we pull up for a Cuban 8. See how many times I glance back to the runway just to make sure I'm lined up nicely. A little bit off to the right, but nothing too dramatic. And now we'll go for a Canadian break, which is a small pitch up, roll left, and we eventually turn to the right. And this will have us going back inbound, the crowd 12 o'clock, for a cloverleaf. So pitching up like a loop, and then rolling to the left to complete the rest of the manoeuvre along the crowd line. Watching out for those wind turbines off to the left. There's the runway, and I'll start my roll, looking for about 2,000 feet. I'm a little bit shy at 1,800 feet, but I can pull a bit harder at the top and achieve about 150, 100 feet at the back end. So to complete the manoeuvre, we're going to do a derry turn, so a turn to the right, allow the nose to climb, roll underneath, and then complete the rest of the turn to the left. Good glance back to make sure I've got enough space to complete this and line up with the runway. I'll set the RPM to 2650, and I'm aiming to brake at the end of the runway, so that gives me time to slow down, configure, and put the canopy back. And here we go. The engine doesn't like to be mishandled. If you select it to idle, it will pop and crack a little bit. You can see the bushes to the right 1 o'clock that I'm using as a lineup feature downwind, and I'll check to the right for my spacing versus the wingtip. Gear goes down, flaps goes down, and the canopy comes back, and the door is unlocked. And straight into the final turn. So speed around about 100, 110 knots. Great bit of sunshine behind me. And now once I roll out, you'll notice that I can't see the runway very much because the nose of the aircraft gets in the way. And this is quite a small runway for this Spitfire. So looking left, looking right, you can just about see the threshold. Going through about 90 knots. I get a little bit slow, but the 3-pointer is there, a little bit of bounce, and we're down. So that is the end of the sortie. If you enjoyed that, please consider hitting that like button. Even better, help support the channel and hit the subscribe. But until the next time, take care and fly safe.